this is so funny. They both want us to believe crime is so bad in D.C. that Trump needs to federalize D.C. police and bring armed vehicles and the whole thing, but also crime's down in D.C. and that's thanks to Donald Trump. Both are supposed to be true under Karoline Leavitt.
Caroline, I know that the president can do this for 30 days if he notifies the right committees in Congress, which he did. There were some stories the Democrats were spreading the narrative. We don't need the National Guard in there because crime has gone down around 30%, 26%, I think, this past year and 35% the year before that. And then we heard those numbers might be inaccurate. They might be false. And some people were let go or they were suspended, right, Brian, from their jobs because of it. Can you clear that up for us? Are those numbers correct?
Yeah, these numbers are absolutely correct, and we will continue to provide the American public and the press with the numbers because we're proud of these efforts. If the Democrats had their way, there would be hundreds more criminals roaming free in the streets of the District of Columbia right now. There would be hundreds of more illegal aliens who this task force has already detained and arrested, and now they are focused on deporting from our country. Those individuals would remain in the District of Columbia where they would have been free to do more harm, and that's not...
I think you get the point. Karoline, is it true that crime is down significantly in Washington, D.C.? Absolutely. And that is a great success of President Donald Trump. Karoline, is it true that crime is up in Washington, D.C., and therefore Donald Trump needs to federalize the police and start busting down encampments and arresting or sending away homeless people? Absolutely. D.C. is completely out of control. Now, I am not naive to the way that the average MAGA might try to bridge this gap. And I want to deal with that head on. They could say, David, you're being kind of silly here. It can be true that crime in DC is down, but it started so high that it still justifies Donald Trump taking the actions that he is taking. And of course, the data completely contradicts that because you simply cannot, if you acknowledge the degree to which crime is down in DC, it becomes impossible to justify taking this action at all. The reason Trump's taking it is because DC isn't a state and it has no governor. It's much easier as a test case for doing this. In other states, you would either need the consent of the governor or you would need to trample the governor. And that, at least for now, is a little bit more complicated, although they did it on a small scale in LA. That wasn't actually federalizing law enforcement, though. It's important to be clear. That was just sending in federal troops, and it's a different thing. So Karoline Leavitt speaking out of both sides of her mouth, and the Fox and Friends hosts let her do it.